Here's a shocking truth. Most people are far less prepared for emergencies than they think. When I first came across the Red Cross emergency guidelines, I was stunned, not just by the list of essential items they recommend, but by how many of them I didn't already have at home. It was a wake-up call. Think about it, every time disaster strikes, it's the same chaotic scene. Families flood the stores, shelves are emptied in hours, and for many, it's already too late to get what they need. That's why I'm here today to share something that could make all the difference for you and your loved ones. These are the 17 critical items the Red Cross says you must stockpile now, before the next crisis hits, and exposes just how unprepared most people really are. Trust me, you don't want to wait until it's too late. Let's dive in. 1. The life-saving power of water purification tablets. When disaster strikes, clean drinking water becomes one of the most critical resources for survival. While many people instinctively rush to stock up on bottled water, seasoned preppers know that water purification tablets are the real game changer. These compact tablets, often no larger than a small coin, can purify up to 25 gallons of water per bottle, making them an essential addition to any emergency kit. Unlike bulky water bottles that take up significant storage space, a single bottle of purification tablets can fit in your pocket, yet provide enough clean water to sustain a family for days. The importance of these tablets cannot be overstated. In the aftermath of disasters, municipal water systems often fail, and contamination warnings are issued, leaving people vulnerable to waterborne illnesses. These illnesses, caused by bacteria, viruses, and parasites, claim more lives during crises than the initial disaster itself. Water purification tablets, which use iodine or chlorine dioxide, can transform rainwater, river water, or even swimming pool water into safe drinking water in as little as 30 minutes. Another advantage of these tablets is their long shelf life. Properly stored, they remain effective for up to 5 years, making them a one-time investment that could save lives in the future. During events like Hurricane Katrina, families with water purification capabilities were able to stay hydrated and healthy, while others suffered from dehydration and waterborne diseases. What makes these tablets even more indispensable is their portability. They are lightweight enough to be distributed among family members' emergency bags, ensuring everyone has access to clean water independently. When bottled water supplies are depleted within hours of a crisis, those with purification tablets can tap into natural water sources, turning a dire situation into a manageable one. By having these tablets on hand, you shift from being water-dependent to water-independent, a critical factor in survival. 2. Powdered milk, the unsung hero of emergency nutrition. Powdered milk is one of the most underrated items in emergency preparedness, yet it is a nutritional powerhouse that can sustain families during extended crises. Unlike fresh milk, which spoils within days, powdered milk can last up to 20 years when stored properly. It provides essential nutrients like calcium, protein, and vitamin D, which are crucial for maintaining health when fresh dairy products are unavailable. In times of supply chain disruptions, dairy products are often among the first items to disappear from store shelves. Refrigerated trucks can't deliver, and power outages make storage impossible. This is where powdered milk shines. A single pound of powdered milk can produce nearly a gallon of milk, requiring only water to reconstitute. For families with children, this can be a game changer, offering a sense of normalcy and comfort during chaotic times. But powdered milk isn't just for drinking. Its versatility extends to cooking and baking, making it an invaluable resource in the kitchen. It can be used to create creamy soups, enhance the nutritional value of oatmeal, or even make pancakes from basic ingredients. Nutritionists emphasize that calcium deficiency during crises can lead to muscle cramps, insomnia, and weakened bones, all of which can compound other survival challenges. Another often overlooked benefit of powdered milk is its value as a bartering commodity. In prolonged emergencies, those with surplus powdered milk can trade it for other necessities like food, medicine, or tools. Its lightweight and compact nature make it easy to store and transport, adding to its practicality. Experts recommend keeping at least 5 pounds of powdered milk per person, ensuring a steady supply of essential nutrients for months. 3. Manual can openers. The tool you can't afford to forget. You can stockpile all the canned goods in the world, but without a reliable manual can opener, they're just useless metal containers. This small, often overlooked tool is the difference between theoretical preparedness and practical survival. When the power goes out, electric can openers become useless, and battery-operated ones drain precious resources. A quality manual can opener, on the other hand, works indefinitely, requires no fuel, and weighs next to nothing. Emergency response teams often report that the lack of can opener causes unnecessary hardship during disasters. Desperate families resort to using knives, rocks, or other improvised tools to open cans, which not only wastes food but also risks serious injury. A proper manual can opener ensures that every calorie is preserved, food safety is maintained, and injuries are avoided. Critical factors when medical help is unavailable. Military-grade can openers, like the P38 or P51 models, are particularly popular among preppers. These compact, virtually indestructible tools can even be attached to keychains for easy access. Having multiple can openers distributed across your supplies is a smart strategy. Keep one in the kitchen, one in your emergency kit, one in your vehicle, and extras for bartering. In a crisis, the ability to access your food supply quickly and safely and mean the difference between comfort and chaos. A manual can opener is a small investment with a massive impact, ensuring that your stockpile of canned goods remains a reliable source of sustenance. 4. Rice. The ultimate survival food. Rice has been a staple food for civilizations for thousands of years, and for good reason. It's affordable, easy to store, and incredibly versatile. A 20-pound bag of rice provides approximately 30,000 calories, enough to sustain one person for 2 weeks or a family of 4 for several days. When stored properly in airtight containers, white rice can remain edible for up to 30 years, making it one of the best long-term survival investments. Nutritionists highlight rice's unique role as both an energy source and a nutritional foundation. It's naturally gluten-free, easily digestible, and packed with essential B vitamins that support nervous system function during high-stress situations. Unlike wheat products, which require complex preparation, rice needs only water and heat to become a filling meal. The versatility of rice is another reason it's a must-have in any emergency stockpile. It can be boiled, steamed, fried, or even soaked in cold water if cooking fuel is scarce. The starchy water left over from boiling rice can also serve as an oral rehydration solution, a life-saving resource for those suffering from dehydration or diarrhea. When stockpiling rice, it's important to choose white rice over brown rice. While brown rice is more nutritious, its higher oil content causes it to spoil within 6 months. White rice, on the other hand, has a much longer shelf life, making it the superior choice for emergency preparedness. Experts recommend storing at least 50 pounds of rice per person, ensuring a reliable food source while other supplies are secured or grown. 5. Batteries. The silent heroes of emergency preparedness. When the power grid fails, batteries become an essential lifeline, bridging the gap between modern convenience and survival. But not all batteries are created equal. Lithium batteries, for example, can last 10 to 15 years in storage, while alkaline batteries maintain their charge for 5 to 7 years. This longevity is crucial when supplies are purchased years before they're needed. Batteries power some of the most critical tools during emergencies, from flashlights and radios to medical devices like glucose monitors and hearing aids. Emergency lighting is not just a matter of convenience, it's a matter of safety. Darkness increases the risk of accidents, breeds panic, and makes every task exponentially harder. Battery-powered LED lights can provide weeks of illumination on a single set of batteries, turning a terrifying situation into a manageable one. Radios, another battery-dependent device, are essential for receiving emergency broadcasts and coordination instructions. Medical devices present an even more critical need. Running out of batteries for life-sustaining equipment during a crisis can turn manageable conditions into life-threatening emergencies. Smart preppers take inventory of all battery-dependent devices and maintain triple redundancy for each type needed. Batteries also hold significant bartering value during extended outages. Those with surplus batteries can trade them for food, medicine, or other necessities. To ensure longevity, store batteries in cool, dry locations, separated by type and labeled containers. Rotate your stock annually, using older batteries for daily needs while keeping fresh reserves for emergencies. 6. First aid kits and essential medications. Your personal emergency room. A well-stocked first aid kit is more than just a collection of bandages. It's a lifeline in times of crisis. Think of it as a miniature emergency room that could mean the difference between recovery and tragedy. The Red Cross emphasizes that during disasters, even minor injuries can escalate into life-threatening conditions without proper treatment. A small cut, for instance, can become a severe infection when sanitation is compromised and antibiotics are unavailable. This is why having a comprehensive first aid kit is non-negotiable. Your kit should go beyond the basics. Include items like surgical tape, sterile gauze, trauma shears, thermometers, and antibiotic ointments. Over-the-counter medications such as antidiarrheal tablets, anti-inflammatory drugs, and antihistamines are invaluable. These can help manage pain, reduce fever, prevent dehydration, and counter allergic reactions, issues that can spiral out of control when professional medical care is inaccessible. Prescription medications require special attention. Life-sustaining drugs like insulin, heart medications, or antidepressants cannot be substituted or delayed. While federal regulations often limit refills, many doctors will prescribe an emergency supply if you present a preparedness plan. Experts recommend maintaining a 90-day rotating stock of these medications, using the oldest first to ensure nothing goes to waste. Knowledge is just as critical as supplies. A waterproof first aid manual can guide you through wound care, CPR, and other emergency procedures when internet access is unavailable. Basic training in first aid transforms your kit from a collection of items into a life-saving resource. In a crisis, your first aid kit isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity that could save lives. 7. Peanut butter. The perfect survival superfood. Peanut butter is a survival food powerhouse, combining high caloric density, long shelf life, and zero preparation requirements. A single jar contains over 6,000 calories, packed with protein, healthy fats, and essential nutrients. In an emergency, this humble spread can sustain an adult for 3 days, making it one of the most efficient food items you can stockpile. Unlike most protein sources, peanut butter doesn't require refrigeration, cooking, or even water for preparation. This makes it incredibly versatile and convenient during a crisis. 2 tablespoons provide 7 grams of protein, which is vital for muscle maintenance when fresh meat is unavailable. The healthy fats in peanut butter support hormone production and help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins, which are crucial for maintaining health under stress. Beyond its nutritional value, peanut butter offers psychological comfort. Familiar foods can reduce stress and provide a sense of normalcy, especially for children who may be reluctant to eat unfamiliar emergency rations. Its sweet, satisfying taste can transform bland staples like crackers, bread, or oatmeal into more enjoyable meals, helping to maintain eating routines during chaotic times. Storage is another area where peanut butter excels. Unopened jars can last years beyond their printed expiration dates, and even open jars remain safe for months without refrigeration. Natural peanut butter, while requiring stirring, contains no additives that could cause adverse reactions when medical care is unavailable. To ensure availability, store multiple jars in different locations, such as your home, car, and emergency kit. Peanut butter isn't just a snack, it's a survival essential. 8. Dried beans and legumes. The ancient survival staple, dried beans and legumes have been humanity's go-to survival food for thousands of years, and for good reason. A single pound of dried beans expands to 6 cups when cooked, providing a complete protein source when paired with rice. This combination has sustained entire populations through famines, wars, and natural disasters, making it a cornerstone of any emergency stockpile. The nutritional benefits of beans are unparalleled. They are rich in fiber, which supports digestive health when dietary variety is limited. Their high iron content prevents anemia, a common issue when fresh meat is unavailable. Folate in beans boosts immune function, while their slow-release carbohydrates provide sustained energy without the blood sugar spikes that can worsen anxiety. Beans are also incredibly durable. When stored in cool, dry conditions, they can last for decades. Unlike canned goods, which eventually expire, dried beans actually improve with age, becoming easier to cook and digest. This makes them a long-term investment in your family's survival. Variety is key to preventing appetite fatigue during extended emergencies. Black beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, lentils, and split peas each offer unique flavors and cooking times. Lentils and split peas cook quickly, conserving fuel, while larger beans can be sprouted to provide fresh vegetables when produce is unavailable. Ground into flour, beans can even serve as a protein-rich substitute for wheat in baking. Dried beans and legumes are more than just a food source. They're a survival strategy. Their versatility, nutritional value, and long shelf life make them an indispensable part of any emergency plan. 9. Emergency lighting. Flashlights, candles, and beyond. When disaster strikes and the power goes out, darkness becomes more than an inconvenience. It becomes a hazard. Quality emergency lighting is essential for safety, productivity, and psychological well-being. LED flashlights have revolutionized emergency preparedness, offering hundreds of hours of bright light on a single set of batteries. But relying solely on battery-powered devices is risky, which is why candles remain a critical backup. Flashlights and headlamps are indispensable for safe movement and hands-free tasks. Tactical flashlights with strobe functions can even serve as self-defense tools. Lanterns are ideal for illuminating larger spaces, while glow sticks provide safe, non-flammable light around children or in areas with flammable materials. Each type of lighting serves a specific purpose, and having a variety ensures you're prepared for any situation. Candles, often overlooked, are a reliable source of light that doesn't require batteries. Beeswax and soy candles burn longer and cleaner than paraffin, reducing indoor air pollution when ventilation is limited. Jar candles are safer than open flames, while tea lights allow for portion control, conserving fuel. Emergency candles designed for survival can burn for over 100 hours, providing weeks of light from a single candle. Lighting isn't just about visibility, it's about maintaining a sense of normalcy. Darkness can breed fear, disorientation, and even depression, especially for children. A well-lit space can transform a terrifying situation into a manageable one, helping to maintain morale and focus during a crisis. 10. Nuts and seeds. Compact nutrition for crisis situations. Nuts and seeds are nutritional powerhouses that pack an incredible amount of energy, protein, and healthy fats into a small, shelf-stable package. An ounce of almonds, for example, provides the same amount of protein as an egg, but can be stored for years without refrigeration. This combination of convenience, nutrition, and longevity makes them a must-have for any emergency kit. The healthy fats in nuts and seeds are particularly valuable during crises. They support hormone production, which is essential for managing stress, and enable the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins from other foods. Omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts and flax seeds reduce inflammation and support brain function, which is critical when mental clarity is needed most. Nuts and seeds are also rich in essential minerals. Selenium in Brazil nuts boosts immune function. Magnesium in pumpkin seeds prevents muscle cramps, and zinc in cashews accelerates wound healing. These micronutrients are vital for preventing deficiency diseases, which have historically claimed millions of lives during prolonged disasters. Practicality is another reason to stock up on nuts and seeds. They require no water, fuel, or preparation, making them ideal for grab-and-go scenarios. They're also highly portable and satisfy hunger with small portions. Extending your food supplies. Mixed with dried fruits, they create trail mixes that provide quick energy for physically demanding tasks. To maximize their shelf life, store nuts and seeds in airtight containers and rotate your stock regularly. With their combination of nutrition, convenience, and versatility, nuts and seeds are an essential part of any survival plan. 11. Unscented bleach. The ultimate multi-purpose survival tool. Unscented bleach is far more than just a household cleaning product. It's a survival essential with unmatched versatility. In emergencies, a single gallon of unscented bleach can purify over 3,000 gallons of water, disinfect surfaces to prevent the spread of disease, and even sanitize medical tools. When sanitation systems fail or infectious diseases spread during disasters, bleach becomes a frontline defense against invisible threats. One of its most critical uses is water purification. By adding just 8 drops of unscented bleach to a gallon of clear water, or 16 drops for cloudy water, and waiting 30 minutes, you can transform potentially contaminated water into safe drinking water. This simple process can break your dependence on bottled water, which often runs out within hours of a crisis. With this knowledge, any water source from rainwater to river water becomes a lifeline. Bleach is also indispensable for surface disinfection. A solution made with 1 tablespoon of bleach per gallon of water can kill bacteria, viruses, and fungi on surfaces, reducing the risk of disease transmission. This is especially vital during pandemics or epidemics, when maintaining a clean environment can save lives. Door handles, countertops, and even food preparation areas can be sanitized effectively with this simple mixture. However, bleach has a limited shelf life, losing its potency after about a year. For long-term preparedness, consider storing calcium hypochlorite, also known as pool shock. This powder can be mixed with water to create fresh bleach solutions as needed and has an indefinite shelf life. Just 1 pound of pool shock can produce over 10,000 gallons of bleach solution, making it a cost-effective and space-saving alternative. 12. Cooking oil, the unsung hero of emergency nutrition. Cooking oil is an often overlooked but essential item for any emergency stockpile. It's not just a cooking ingredient, it's a concentrated source of calories and a versatile tool for survival. A single liter of cooking oil contains over 8,000 calories, enough to sustain an adult for 3 days. In extended crises, when body fat reserves are depleted, dietary fats become critical for hormone production, energy, and the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Cooking oil also plays a vital role in food preparation. It prevents food from sticking to pans when cooking over open flames or improvised heat sources. It can be used to preserve herbs and vegetables through oil packing, extending their shelf life. Mixed with flour, it creates calorie-dense flatbreads that don't require yeast or rising agents. Beyond cooking, oil can even serve as a fuel source for improvised oil lamps, providing light when other options are unavailable. Different types of oil offer unique benefits. Coconut oil, which is solid at room temperature, has a long shelf life and antimicrobial properties. Olive oil provides heart-healthy fats and a distinctive flavor that can combat food fatigue during extended emergencies. Generic vegetable oil is an affordable option that maximizes calories per dollar, making it ideal for budget-conscious preppers. Proper storage is key to maintaining the quality of cooking oil. Heat, light, and air can cause oils to go rancid, rendering them unsafe for consumption. Store oils in their original containers or transfer them to dark glass bottles, keeping them in cool locations below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Unopened bottles can last years beyond their expiration dates, and once opened, transferring oil to smaller containers minimizes air exposure and extends its shelf life. 13. Multivitamins and supplements, the nutritional safety net. In a crisis, maintaining proper nutrition can be a challenge, especially when fresh fruits, vegetables, and other nutrient-rich foods are unavailable. This is where multivitamins and supplements come in, acting as a safety net to prevent devastating deficiency. A comprehensive multivitamin can provide essential nutrients like vitamin C, vitamin D, and B vitamins, which are critical for maintaining health during extended emergencies. Vitamin deficiencies can lead to serious health problems that compound survival challenges. For example, a lack of vitamin C can cause scurvy within weeks, while vitamin D deficiency can weaken immunity and lead to depression. Especially during prolonged indoor sheltering, B vitamin deficiencies can result in confusion, fatigue, and muscle weakness, all of which can hinder your ability to respond effectively to a crisis. In addition to multivitamins, specific supplements can address unique challenges. Probiotics help maintain gut health when dietary changes disrupt digestion. Electrolyte supplements prevent dangerous imbalances caused by dehydration or extreme physical exertion. Vitamin D supplements are particularly important when sunlight exposure is limited, as is often the case during disasters. Quality matters when it comes to supplements. Cheap options often use poorly absorbed forms of nutrients, providing little to no benefit. Look for third-party tested brands that use bioavailable forms, such as methylfolate instead of folic acid or methylcobalamin instead of cyanocobalamin. Proper storage is also crucial. Keep supplements in their original bottles with moisture-absorbing packets and store them in cool, dark locations. Rotate your stock regularly, using older supplements for daily needs while maintaining fresh reserves. 14. Duct tape and plastic sheeting, the ultimate emergency duo. Duct tape and plastic sheeting are two of the most versatile items you can include in your emergency supplies. Together, they form the foundation for countless survival applications, from creating temporary shelters to repairing damaged structures. In a crisis, when professional repair services are unavailable, these simple tools can make the difference between safety and exposure. Plastic sheeting is invaluable for shelter construction. It can be used to cover broken windows, maintain indoor temperatures, and create vapor barriers to prevent hypothermia. Combined with duct tape, it can form emergency tents or even isolation rooms to prevent the spread of disease within a household. During chemical or biological threats, plastic sheeting can seal windows and doors, providing an additional layer of protection. Duct tape's versatility extends far beyond basic repair. It can secure bandages when medical tape runs out, immobilize fractures when splints are unavailable, and even serve as a makeshift rope. Plastic sheeting, on the other hand, can be used as a wound covering for severe burns or as a water collection system during rain. Quality matters when selecting these items. Military-grade duct tape maintains its adhesion in extreme temperatures, while 6mm plastic sheeting is durable enough to resist tearing. Clear sheeting allows light to pass through, while black sheeting provides privacy and blocks light for sleeping areas. Store multiple rolls of duct tape and sheets of plastic in various locations to ensure they're accessible when needed. 15. Personal hygiene essentials. The key to staying healthy. Personal hygiene is often overlooked in emergency planning, but it's one of the most critical factors in preventing disease during a crisis. Items like soap, toothpaste, feminine hygiene products, and toilet paper are not luxuries. They're necessities that can save lives. Historical disasters have shown that communities that maintain hygiene standards are far more likely to survive than those that don't. Soap is arguably the most important hygiene item. Proper hand washing can prevent the majority of infectious disease transmissions, making it a simple yet powerful tool for survival. Bar soap is particularly useful because it stores indefinitely, requires no special conditions, and works without running water. Antibacterial soap is unnecessary and may even promote resistance. Plain soap, used correctly, is just as effective. Feminine hygiene products are another essential. Menstrual cups offer a reusable solution that can last for years, while cloth pads provide a sustainable alternative when disposable options run out. Planning for these needs in advance is crucial, as they cannot be improvised during a crisis. Toilet paper is often the first item to disappear from store shelves during emergencies, but alternatives exist. Bidet attachments can be used when water pressure is available, while washable cloth systems offer a sustainable solution for extended scenarios. Understanding these alternatives before a crisis strikes can prevent desperation and reduce the risk of disease transmission. Maintaining personal hygiene during a disaster isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. Stock up on traditional supplies while also exploring sustainable alternatives to ensure you're prepared for any situation. 16. Portable radios, your lifeline to critical information. In the chaos of a disaster, information becomes one of the most valuable resources you can have. A portable radio, whether battery-powered or hand-crank, serves as your direct connection to emergency broadcasts, weather updates, and critical instructions when the internet and cell towers go down. Without access to reliable information, you're left in the dark, unable to make informed decisions about evacuation, resource locations, or incoming threats. Those with radios, however, gain a significant survival advantage, staying one step ahead of the crisis. One of the most essential types of radios for emergencies is a NOAA weather radio. These devices are specifically designed to receive continuous emergency broadcasts on specialized frequencies that remain operational even when commercial stations fail. This direct line to official emergency management eliminates the guesswork and misinformation that often spread during disasters. Knowing exactly when to evacuate or where to find resources can mean the difference between safety and danger. For those looking to enhance their communication capabilities, two-way radios are another invaluable tool. Simple FRS, Family Radio Service radios, allow for neighborhood-level communication, enabling families and small groups to coordinate when cell phones are no longer an option. For more advanced users, ham radios provide global communication capabilities, though they require proper licensing and equipment. In a crisis, the ability to summon help or stay in touch with loved ones can dramatically improve your chances of survival. Powering your radio is just as important as owning one. Hand crank and solar-powered models are excellent for backup use, as they don't rely on batteries. However, battery-powered radios often provide better reception and sensitivity, especially for distant stations. Ideally, you should have both types: a battery-powered radio for regular use and a hand crank model as a backup. If you live in an area where electromagnetic pulses, EMPs, are a concern, consider storing your radios in EMP-resistant containers to protect them from damage. 17. Cash in small bills, the currency of crisis. When disaster strikes and power grids fail, the modern financial system grinds to a halt. ATMs stop working, credit cards become useless, and digital currencies are inaccessible. In these moments, physical cash becomes the only reliable form of payment. Those who have cash on hand can purchase essential supplies while others are left helpless, watching opportunities slip away. The key to using cash effectively during a crisis lies in its denomination. Small bills, such as $1 and $5, are far more practical than larger denominations like $20. Small bills allow you to maximize your purchasing power, ensuring you can buy what you need without overpaying or losing out on change. Storing cash safely is just as important as having it. Distribute your cash across multiple locations to reduce the risk of theft or loss. Keep some in your emergency kit, some hidden at home, and some in your vehicle. Vacuum-sealed packages can protect your cash from water damage, ensuring it remains usable even in wet conditions. Never store all your cash in one place. Losing a single stash shouldn't mean losing all your resources. Experts recommend keeping at least 1 month's worth of expenses in cash to cover immediate needs, while systems recover or alternative arrangements are made. Coins are also worth including, as they can be used in vending machines that might still operate on battery backup. However, it's important to remember that cash is most valuable during the initial phase of a crisis. In long-term collapses, bartering and other forms of trade may become more relevant. Having cash on hand isn't about paranoia, it's about preparation. When electronic payment systems fail, cash gives you the ability to act quickly and decisively. It ensures you can secure the supplies you need, maintain a sense of control, and avoid the desperation that comes with being unprepared.